the results of chanting, especially mentioning the holy name's ability to conquer the material energy, which is otherwise unconquerable. In the second verse, however, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains that although Krishna has kindly filled his many holy names with his full Shakti, we fail to get the seven effects of chanting mentioned in the first verse. This is because of our anarthas, especially the offenses we commit. We hear this and we are sincere, so we work on our anarthas. We realize that they prohibit us from seeing Krishna. Our anarthas and aparadas pull us away over and over again from simply listening to Krishna's name. Our effects should lead to perfect chanting and on to ecstasy. One would expect then that the Sishtashtaka's third verse would describe the ecstatic symptoms one attains after imbibing the knowledge of the first two verses. But no, the third verse describes a humble condition. After hearing everything we have heard, and after recognizing our condition and what we must do to improve it, Ja- Janiya Janiya Suniya Bisha Kainu. Still we drink poison. After hearing everything we have heard, and after recognizing our condition and what we must do to improve it, Janiya Shuniya Bisha Kainu. Still we drink poison. Still we remain attached to the material world and its sense objects. And still we remain afraid of giving ourselves to the holy name of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks the third verse of Sishtashtaka to teach us the essence of the devotional process. After we develop faith in the holy names, we gather our knowledge and intelligence, and on the strength of our faith, try to concentrate while we chant. It doesn't take long to notice that our strength and intelligence are insufficient. It doesn't take long to notice that our strength and intelligence are insufficient. Our high estimation of ourselves as capable and sincere estimations based on false ego are unable to help. The mind, which works endlessly to protect our false sense of self, cannot help either. Instead, we find that when we sincerely try to chant and to perform devotional service for the pleasure of Krishna and the Vaishnavas, the first result isn't ecstasy but humility. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore writes, Trinadapi Chunechena Taror api Saheshuna Amanina Manadhina Kirtanaya Sada Harihi. One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor, but is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. Actually, humiliation seems to come even before humility. If I compare the sankalpas I made with what I actually did and the results of that, the truth becomes clear by determined effort to advance in Krishna consciousness, renouncing once and for all my anarthas, my offenses, and the petty material desires that have invaded my consciousness has not been successful. I become painfully aware of my incapacity, overcome by things unrelated to Krishna, things I have chosen to indulge in. I now find myself embarrassed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prescribes humility as the path to pure chanting, for it will in time be followed by full dependence on Krishna. Humility is the natural result of the sincere desire to advance in Krishna consciousness. It's easy for those who are not serious about advancement to think that they are advancing quickly. It's easy for those who are not serious about advancement to think that they are advancing quickly. They may even wonder why so many devotees struggle when Krishna consciousness is obvious, natural, and easy. These young souls conceive of devotional service as a series of activities rather than a full surrendering of the heart. So this just mashes all our ideas of what is advancement means in Krishna consciousness. As we advance, we start thinking about others, why these people are not advancing. I am advanced compared to them. So that's not good. But those who actually want to love Krishna and purify their heart have to turn on the light in the room of their consciousness, a room they discover that has not been cleaned since time immemorial. Krishna consciousness seems easy when the light is off because we cannot see the dirt. But as soon as the light goes on, we see only dirt. This vision awakens humility. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we read the poems of Bhakti Vinod Thakur especially, is, is poured out of humility. So many beautiful songs by Bhakti Vinod Thakur um, that shows how great Bhakti Vinod Thakur is. Sometimes as devotees, we may also express our humilities in so many different ways, but internally, we may be thinking we are great. Externally, we may say so many nice things. I am fallen soul. I am a worm on the stool, etc., etc. Those are famous dialogues within our practice of Krishna consciousness, which we very casually say out. But within our art, we expect the respect, honor, importance, and go under the position, title, and seniority. Many things are under the surface hidden, but we don't really mean we are not nowhere close to what has been explained here in this particular chapter on the humility. Let's continue. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that prospective chanters of the pure name, see themselves as lower than the grass. When someone steps on grass, the blade springs up again as soon as the person has passed. Vaishnavas, however, do not spring up. They always consider themselves fallen because they are only too aware of that dirty room. When someone criticizes them, they consider that the critic has had only a fleeting glimpse in the door of the room of their consciousness. They are aware more than anyone else of the state of the room and are disgusted by it. Even pure devotees whose consciousness is fully pure share this mood. After speaking about the quality of grass, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu turns to the exalted devotees' qualities of trees. If one comes to cut down a tree, the tree doesn't complain. Even when a tree is dying from lack of water, it doesn't cry out. When it is hot, the tree provides shade even to the woodsman with the axe. Trees also offer their fruits freely, even to those who have failed to provide them with water. When we cry out, it's usually because we think we don't deserve the way others are treating us. But if we examine our heart, we will see that we do deserve our suffering. In this mode, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur states, O Lord of my life, how shall I tell you my shameless story? There is no sin that I have not committed thousands of times and more, O Lord. This is from Sharanagati, Atma Nivedanam, Song 2, verse 1. Therefore, tolerance is an important Vaishnava quality, and lacking it is a sign of flourishing false ego. Beautiful. Therefore, tolerance is an important Vaishnava quality, and lacking is a sign of flourishing false ego. An intolerant person wonders why others have dared to remain ignorant of his or her role as the center of the universe. Vaishnavas are tolerant because they realize their insignificance and how much lies between their desire to surrender to Krishna and to the actual fulfillment of that desire. Instead of focusing on perceived insults, they focus on cleaning their consciousness and they spend no time criticizing others, even those who may try to offend them. They practice seeing everything that happens to them as Krishna's mercy for their satisfaction, for their rectification, excuse me. Krishna's mercy for their rectification. But real humility is difficult to achieve. It is not the product of the intelligence, but to deep spiritual realization. To be fixed in humility is called nishtha. Those who become serious in Krishna consciousness begin to understand the deep lamentation of Acharya like Bhaktivinoda Thakur and feel a little of it themselves. They are forced to become humble, especially when they attempt to chant attentively and without offense. I've heard that Srila Prabhupada glorified even the attempt at pure chanting when he told a disciple simply the sincere and continuous attempt to chant attentively without offense is the Nama Ashraya Nama Vasa platform. Krishna's reciprocation to a humble appeal. So what happens if we do that one as the next session, just 3 paragraphs. We cannot control Krishna's response to our humble attempts to chant. We cannot control Krishna's response to our humble attempts to chant. Neither can we control what karmic reactions he has arranged for our purification. We are completely dependent on his mercy. So one may ask a question, then why does even I have to do what I'm doing? If Krishna is going to respond, we cannot depend on Krishna's response. Krishna may not respond to our plead and pray and cry. He's do only what he wants to do. Then what is the point of me even have to practice what I'm practicing? Correct? That may be a question that we may ask. But the example that you can think about it, say if someone wants to join a college, university, just because I have a desire of wanting to become a physician, a doctor, I have a desire. The Washu University or a St. Louis University, they're not going to come knock at my door because I have a desire. They're expecting something from our side to make a first step so that the university can reach out to us. But reaching out to us or not reaching out to us is university's decision, right? But for me, just having a desire is one thing, but I got to do something, which is application. I have to submit my application to, say, WashU, right? Any university for that matter. I apply my application to the university that's saying that I am interested in joining your college, right? Now my part has been done. And now the second part is now they will make a selection of whether to pick this student or that student, or they do a lot of things to pick on someone, and then they going to give us a seat. But if I've not applied, I've not done the application part, but I'm just thinking that I will join and become a doctor, I'll become a doctor, I'll become a doctor, I'll become a doctor, without applying, nothing is going to happen. So the point is, why should I even practice Krishna consciousness if everything, why should even I chant? Why should even I do everything like this, what I've been told, if it is all only based on Krishna's mercy? This is the answer. The answer is easy to understand. We have to do the application part. But selection part is not in our control. That is Krishna's control. But if you don't even apply, then forget it. Nothing is going to happen. So whatever we are trying to do in our Krishna consciousness, putting our application to Krishna and leave it at that level, let Krishna decide what he wants to do. If we understand this example, then we can understand the value of what we are trying to do. Otherwise, we will be blindfolded or we may be having some other understanding. Let's continue here. And as 2 more minutes, I will finish this. Still, what we can control is the choice to make a sincere attempt. That's called the application part. We apply to the university. And what does application applying to university means? We practice what is being told to be practiced by the acharyas. That is the application part, showing that I am interested. In 1974 lecture in Hawaii, Srila Prabhupada told his disciples. So this is an extract of Prabhupada's talking to his disciple. So we must be purely chanting, but we should not be disappointed, even impure. Therefore, we must have fixed chanting process because we are not in the pure stage. Therefore, by force, we had this training in our childhood school. Our teacher would ask me, you write 10 pages handwriting. So that means practicing 10 pages, my handwriting will be set up. If we do not even follow 16 rounds, where is the question of chanting Hare Krishna? Don't be artificial. Don't be a show bottle. Be a real thing. And that is wanted. If you want real benefit of spiritual life, don't be show bottle. If one can chant purified, offenseless, once Krishna Nama, he is free from all material bondage. Once only. Eka Krishna Nama Kare Sarva Papa Haya. When 2 more paragraph and we'll be done. When the light goes on in the consciousness, we see our shortcomings and naturally become humble. Then Amani Namanadhina, we will require no respect for ourselves but will give all respect to others. When we reach that state of mind, Kirtanaya Sadarihi, we will be able to chant the holy name constantly. This point of wanting to be honored, recognized, respect is such a great disease. I'm not reading from here. I'm just saying, sharing is a serious matter. It can pop up in a different forms, in different ways. We have to consciously observe and correct it. Um, so very important. What is the connection between humility and constant and inoffensive chanting? Humility makes us beg to serve the devotees, our spiritual master, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, and Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Humility makes us beg to serve the devotees, our spiritual master, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, and Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. As our aspiration grows, we will see how weak it is and yet we will treasure it. We will soon realize that our only hope to attain our goal is to take shelter of the holy names. When the desire to serve Krishna is mixed with humility and a full awareness of both our impurity and our inability, we will have found the key to taking shelter of Krishna's name. It's all just boils down to one point. We are totally helpless. That's all the point. It's beautiful to read all these passages and chapters after chapters after chapter, but this is my realization, maybe not the same for you all, is how much ever we try, we struggle. How much ever we are trying to chant nicely, it's not the same chanting every day. Even within 16 rounds of chanting, it's not the same quality of chanting. So what are we going to do? I mean, more chapters to come in this book, but I just cannot stop myself sharing what I'm feeling so far reading this is that Krishna, you make me chant, make me chant, make me chant the way that you wanted me to chant. I think that's important prayer that we should have because we may have the desire to wanting to chant nicely, but again, it's only Krishna can make that happen. So even to chant nicely, offenselessly, attentively, in a humble state of mind, Krishna, you make me like that. And that's a complete Sharanagati, complete surrender. We don't want to keep something reserved of our own skills and ability and then tell I'm surrendered. The full surrender is none of these things I can really do. Whatever has been told so far is very inspiring, very nice. And I will do my best of putting an application in your university. But then you make me put the application. Even otherwise, that also I will not do. You make me to do the application part as well. This is complete surrender. Not that I will do the application, you take you give the mercy whenever you want. For me to apply to you, you do that for me. And this is complete dependency on Krishna. Thank you all very much. We'll meet again tomorrow at 5 Central. Until then, chant and be happy. Thank you. Hare Krishna.